Hey Heather, it's Keith again. I'm having some problems with synchronizing. What advice can you give me for how to get some answers on how to get my sync set up properly?
Hey Keith, we have some great sync utility instructions here in Walk Me Through. We actually have a whole section about sync help. So if you click on sync help, you're going to see review sync scenarios. This is where I always advise my customers to start, is to start by reviewing your sync scenarios. These have some little charts in here to help you see what the best way is to set up your sync, and also how to not set up your sync. You really want to make sure you don't set up a circular sync when you're initially synchronizing. After that, once you've reviewed your sync scenarios, we actually have individual instruction pages for each of our different sync utilities. We have the Android app, iOS app, Outlook, Google, or desktop sync instructions. And this will take you through a guided tutorial of exactly what you need to do to set up your sync. So you can review the pre-setup instructions. This will walk you through everything you need to do there. The setup instructions, everything you need to do there. And then also, if something doesn't quite go right during your setup and you're still experiencing problems, we have troubleshooting instructions here. So in the troubleshooting, we have a lot of the common issues that you might experience when you are syncing, and some instructions on how to triage those, or first things to test, to make sure this is working correctly. A lot of these tell you, hey, if this is still a problem, send a sync log to support. That's a really common instruction in these troubleshooting steps. So down here we have our how-tos, and this includes how to send a sync log to support. Or if you do accidentally have a circular sync, how to disable one of your other connectors. So if you do need to send a sync log to support, you can follow the instructions here, and you can actually open a ticket up here in support and submit a case. In here we have a sync-specific form. So if you select sync as the type of issue you're experiencing, we have a specific form to fill out. This has your contact information, how you want us to reach out to you, and then some questions about your specific sync scenario. This starts with, what apps are you having trouble with? You're going to want to tell us what edition you're syncing with. Are you Essentials, Professional, or Business? And then what devices you're syncing with. If you have an iOS device, and maybe you're also syncing with an iPad, this would be my iPhone and my iPad, I can select multiple options here. The more information you give us here, the quicker we'll be able to solve your issue. Then we ask you about what third-party apps is your phone or your other account syncing with. So if you are also syncing your phone with an iCloud account and with Google, you definitely want to let us know that here during the sync form. And then what type of issue are you having? This helps us get down to actually resolving this a lot more quickly. So this might be a couple different issues. Maybe some fields are missing and some records are missing. I could select both of those. And then I can tell you which areas it's affecting. Is this affecting contacts, appointments, or tasks? And say, hey, it's just affecting my contacts here. And then I can close this one. Last thing you want to do is provide us as much detail as you possibly can about what problems you're having. In here, the best advice I have is to include a couple sync samples. So if you're saying, hey, some data is missing from my contacts, we want you to include some examples of contacts that are missing. So contacts that are missing, and then you can include their name. Or if there's an appointment missing, you can put the appointment name, so lunch with Dan, and then also include the date and time. Hey, this was on 11/15 at noon. Last thing you want to do is upload your sync log here. So before we give you some instructions on how to submit your sync log, go ahead and attach that to this file right here and click submit.
Hey, that's excellent. Thanks so much, Heather. Any other advice for people looking to sync?
No, just make sure you're really careful to not set up a circular sync, and check out our sync scenarios back here in WalkMe. This is always the first place to start before you even set up your sync.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate your help.
Thanks, Keith.